From the Shakespeare Stealer by Gary L Blackwood. Prologue.
I bid you welcome. For an hour or so I ask you to imagine, if you will, that this poor stage is not a stage at all, but England, some 400 years ago. That the actors who, I hope, will soon appear are something more than they appear to be, that they are not mere shadows on a stage, but men and women of another age.
Act 1. At the rear of the playing area is a shallow, two-story set with a narrow flight of steps leading to the upper story. In the center of the upper story is a single wide doorway draped with a curtain. The lower story has two smaller openings, one at left and one at right, also covered by curtains. At various times, this set will represent Dr. Timothy Bright, apothecaries, with Reyes living quarters upstairs, Simon Bass's house, and the backstage area at the Globe Theatre. At Lights Up, it is Dr. Bright's apothecary in Berwick in Elmet, Yorkshire, circa 1601. A table at center contains glass and earthenware jars and beakers. One of the containers bubbles over a pot filled with burning pitch, which sits on a stool at the table, copying something from a small bound notebook onto loose sheets of paper, using a plumbago pencil, a stick of graphite wrapped in paper, similar to a grease pencil or charcoal pencil, also known as charcoal, which is a slight boy of 14 with a pudding basin or bowl haircut. He wears a working-class tunic. All is quiet and peaceful for a long time. For a long moment. Then the audience is startled by the entrance of Dr. Timothy Bright, a florid, overweight man in his 40s or 50s, who is slightly deaf. He strides on, brandishing a walking stick and roaring, but he is nearly as comical as he is menacing.
You clod-pated drivel! You half-witted hoddy-peak! Do you know what you've done?
I didn't mean to. I'll clean it up at once.
Not that, you simpleton! This! It's from the bishop's secretary. I've been accused of stealing sermons from my fellow rectors. How in heaven's name did the bishop get wind of this? Have you let a hint drop to anyone of what you were up to? Anyone at all?
Nay, never, I never. So help me God in Hallidom.
Has anyone shown any signs of suspecting you?
Nay, no one.
You're lying! Now don't bother to deny it. I've seen the proof here. The rector at Leeds caught you red-handed. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? What's that? Speak up, boy!
It was a fortnight ago. I spotted me scribbling away, and afore I could make me escape, I collared me and snatched me away my table book.
Why did you not tell me this sooner?
I was afeard. I kenned you'd be angry.
Well, you were right. But if he took away your transcription of his sermon, then whose sermon was it that I used as my model last Sunday?
Well, I wrote it all out best I could remember.
You? I delivered a sermon composed by my idle-headed apprentice? Oh, you deceitful little whelp. When will you learn not to lie to me? Well, by St. Pintle, I'll teach you right from wrong. Come here. Broken beaker. What's the use of it? If I hadn't beaten some sense into you by now, I never will. When I think of all I've done for you, all Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. When I think of all I've done for you, all the years I've invested in you, when I took you in 5 years ago...
7.
Yeah, what's that?
It's been 7 years, sir.
What's beside the point? When I took you in, you were a feckless, illiterate orphan with no prospects whatever in the world. I taught you to read and cipher, taught you about medicine. I even taught you my system of swift writing. And this is what I get in return. If someone were to offer it, I'd sell your services for a farthing. Far more than you're worth. Yes, and I expect you'd jump at the chance to change masters, wouldn't you, Well, all I can say is, be careful what you wish for, boy. There are far worse places than this, believe me, and far worse masters than me.
Aye, the devil for one.
What's that?
Nothing.
Yes, coming. Bloody patients, why can't they be sick in the daytime? Good evening, sir. How may I serve you?
This is yours, is it not?
Why, yes, it is. It's a copy of my book on charactery.
Does it work?
I beg your pardon?
Your system of charactery. Does it work?
Well, of course it works. Using my system of swift writing, one may, without effort, transcribe the written or the spoken word.
How long does it take?
As I was about to say, one may set down speech as rapidly as it is spoken.
Yes, but how long to learn it?
Well, that depends upon the aptitude of the...
How long?
2 months, perhaps? Perhaps 3? Well, let's say 4. 5 at the outside.
2. How many have you taught this system of yours?
Let me see. There's, my apprentice here, and then...
How many?
Well, 1, actually.
And how proficient is he?
Oh, he's quite proficient, extremely.
Show me.
Why, are you deaf, boy? The gentleman wishes a demonstration of your skill.
What must I write?
Write this. I hereby convey to the bearer of this paper the services of my former apprentice.
Gold, I've kept up with you.
Your name?
Pardon?
What is your name?
Which? It's Widge.
My former apprentice, Widge, in consideration of which I have accepted the amount of £10 sterling.
10?
Is that all, then?
Let me see it. You've copied down every word?
Read
it back.
I hereby convey to the bearer of this paper the services of my former apprentice, which, in consideration... Does this mean...
Copy it out, now, in a normal hand.
Go on, do as he says. Ching-ling, ching-ching, ching-ching, ching-ching.
If there's anything you want to take along, you'd best fetch it now, boy. I'll be outside. Where can I water my horse?
On the north side of the house, there's a trough. Go on, lad. I hope you'll keep a close eye on the boy. He can be sluggish if you don't stir him from time to time with a stick. Move your bones, boy, before he changes his mind.
Must I go with him, then?
Yeah, of course you must. He's paid for you, and far more handsomely than I would have dreamed.
Will you not bid me farewell at least, sir?
Well, of course. Fair achieve you, boy. Fair achieve you.
Gold's blood. I'm glad to be off that horse.
It won't be long. Here.
When will we be at our destination?
When we get there.
'When will we be at our destination? 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 These woods are much more wild than when Berwick, but more dense. It feels almost as though we're closing in on us.
Stop your wagging tongue! You'll have every cutpurse within a league down upon us.
Cutpurse? You mean there are thieves in these woods? Sorry. Don't move if you value your life.
God rest you, gentlemen.
Gold, is it? Don't tell me you're a parson.
No, far from it.
Good. I don't like doing business with parsons. They're too parsimonious. All right, let's have it then.
Have what?
Have what, it says. Have what? Why, have a pot of ale with us, of course. Come on, enough pleasantries. Let's have your purse, man.
Forgive me for not taking your meaning.
Oh, aye, and you forgive me for taking your purse.
Ching! Pow, pow, pow! Pew, pew, pew! Rock being thrown! Oh, thieves on the ground! If this is a toll road, you might simply have told me.
Oh, would that you had been a parson after all.
Come.
What you did back there, I've never seen anything the like of it.
Yes, well, you haven't seen much, have you? Transition.
Are we in London, then?
Hardly. This is Leicester. Welcome back, sir. The boy will be staying the night. Show him to the garret. Yes, sir. Where are you from, then?
Berwick and Elmet.
Where's that?
Up Yorkshire way, near Leeds.
Oh, I see. Well, come. We'd best get you to your room. I'll bring you some food up in a bit. Here you are. It's not much.
More than I'm used to. Mind you, it could be a pit of snakes for all I care. I'm that exhausted. You didn't seem surprised at all that I came back with me in tow. That he came back with me in tow.
Nothing the master does surprises me. Have a good rest.
Transition.
I was just coming to wake you. The master said to bring you to him as soon as you were up. I don't think he expected you to sleep so late.
Will I be cross with me, do you wish?
I can't say. He's a queer one, the master is. Not so tell him I said so now. I've been brought the boys, sir. Sit down.
Sorry. It's just that I've never seen such a grand room with so many books, not even at Squire Cheney's.
Wait until you see the houses in London.
Who are you?
My name is Simon Bass. I'm your new master.
But I thought...
You thought the one who brought you here was your master. Falconer is not the most communicative of men. I warrant, not the most genial. But he is reliable and effective. I could not go to Yorkshire myself, for various reasons. He got you here safe and sound, it appears.
Well, safe at any rate.
Let's get down to business. You'll want to know what's expected of you. Very well. The first thing I expect of you to say yes, rather than I. I just soon you not sound like a complete rustic. Understood?
I mean, yes.
Excellent. Now, when you go to London...
London?
Yes, it's the large city to the south.
I cannot, but...
Let me finish, then ask questions. You will be attending a play called The Tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. You will copy down the play, every word of it, in Dr. Bright's charactery, and then you will deliver it to me. Do you have some objection to that?
Nay, not especially. It's only words, after all. It's just that Well, I went back home, caught me copying his sermons, and got very upset with me.
Then you'll have to make certain that you don't get caught, won't you? You will use a small table book, easily concealed. You see how easily it's concealed? Even I can't find it. Ah, here it is. Keep it to your wallet. You have a Blumago pencil?
Yes. And I might ask, for what purpose am I to do this?
Does it matter?
I was only curious. The only plays I've ever seen are the ones the church does at Easter and Yuletide, and those certainly didn't seem worth stealing.
I would prefer it if you did not use that term. I am not a thief. I am a man of business, and one of my more profitable ventures is a company of players. They are not so successful as the Lord Chamberlain's men or the Admiral's men, of course, but they draw a sizable audience here in the Midlands. If we could stage a current work by a well-known poet, we could double our profits. Now, sooner or later, someone will pry this tragedy of Hamlet from the grasp of its author, Mr. Shakespeare, just as they have his earlier plays. I would like that someone to be me. If I wait for others to do it, they will do a botched job, cobbled together from various sources, none of them very reliable. Mr. Shakespeare deserves better. He is a poet of quality, perhaps of genius, and if his work is to be borrowed, it should be done properly. But this is your mission. If you fulfill it satisfactorily, the reward will be considerable.
And what and I do not?
Falconer will make certain that you do.
Oh, I didn't ken that I would go with me?
Did you suppose I would send you off to London on your own? I might as well send you to Guinea. Go and rest now, or soak your haunches, or whatever you will. You'll be leaving for London early in the morning.